All right, guys, welcome back. We have another review. Today we're doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-pack. This is a pretty exciting set. It comes in a really cool case, VHS case, and actually, I did actually own a couple of the VHSs as a kid. Even the Minimates, that multicolor thing, is kind of a throwback to the FHE Family Home Entertainment that was on the cassette tapes. I bet if I looked, I might still have them even. But yeah, it's a really cool case. As you guys have heard, in my other videos, I'm not big on fancy cases just because I take everything out, and I throw everything out. I throw everything in the garbage, and just kind of what Diamond's been doing with their Minimates lately. I am no longer throwing out cases. So I ended up keeping like the Fantastic Four one and the Power Rangers one, and then this one right here. Actually, what I think I'm going to do is my basement, I have a future movie room. It's not quite, I haven't really done anything with it yet. I just haven't gotten around to decorating or anything. But my basement living room is going to be a cinema room full of Star Wars and MCU and stuff like this. It is actually kind of half decorated, but it needs some serious work to be finished. But yeah, this is a cool case. Let's slide this out. Yep. Whoop, lost it. All right. Anyways, yeah, what a fantastic display. Front display for these figures, and they come with a lot too. We have the 4 figures, we have 4 turtles, we got the manhole stand, and we even have a mutagen stand, and we even have a Mouser in there, and they even have all their weapons are the same brown color as the original. One thing I didn't know, I'm just noticing now, is the turtles themselves, the non-Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they all have a different skin tone, just like these figures. And if you do notice, these figures aren't really technically based off the cartoon. All the turtles look the same on the cartoon, except for their color wristbands and knee pads and all that other stuff, and the headbands. The actual original toys, though, had different skin tones, different facial expressions, and they actually matched up the facial expressions to those figures. But yeah, let's actually just take them out and let's get them all out. Actually, before I even do that, let's look at the back of the case. Has looks like an actual VHS. The sticker, they got the two night rental sticker on there. Be kind, please rewind the DST video. Let's see what this end says. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Retro Collection. And then this is the other side. Yeah, just UPC, whatever. But yeah, let's open them up. Okay, so there they are. All their accessories. They have the same classic, brown weapons that came with them, back in the early 90s. The skin tone's right, the face is right, if you're looking at, Raphael and Leonardo, that's what their faces were back in the day, and that is the skin tone that they had. And the only thing, back in the day, you actually ended up with a pretty good weapons pack from each figure. They only included the ninja stars, which it's kind of a fun throwback. I don't think it's necessary. They could have given me just their main weapons, and I would have been more than fine with it. But they look great. They really do. The Mouser itself was a nice little addition. Honestly, I wish it would come out with like a 2-pack of one like Baxter Stockman, and then on top of it just fill in the second character with 10 or 12 Mousers, whatever the price equivalency would be, just to give us. Mousers are one of those things, like a foot soldier or a Hydra soldier. Having one's cool, but having like 10 of them is way better for any picture. But it's a nice addition. You can't complain about just getting a little extra add-ons. turtles are fantastic. You know, just the fact that they did all of this, the skin tone correctly is pretty awesome. And then the mutagen canister is kind of nice to have too for those people who haven't collected it yet. I still have, you know, ended up buying the Nickelodeon figures when those came out, just because I'm so excited for turtles that at the time I'll just take whatever you'll give me. I kind of wish I didn't collect them now, looking back, since we got these, just because they're not the right aesthetic for any of the turtles that I'm really into. The foot soldiers are pretty close to the 1991 movie. They're a good stand-in for that. They'll work for these guys. I'll probably end up using those foot soldiers for these guys. But, you know, the Nickelodeon, and I never really liked, I'm going to go over that in a second. I was never really that much of a fan of the Nickelodeon figures in the first place. They're too bulky. That's why I was really excited for these. There's actually a canceled wave of the 90s cartoon. Like I said, these are based on the action figures. There's at one point in time, they were supposed to come out with a bunch of sets for the 90s cartoon. And I think I'm going to make a separate video about it after this, just to show you guys what those will look like if you haven't seen them. But, you know, it's a big tragedy that those were never made. Which begs the question, if they do end up giving us a villains pack for this, will it be based on, you know, it would probably be based on the action figure line, would be my guess. You know, if they give us a Shredder, is it going to be the shirtless Shredder with the black pants, you know, and those messed up legs that we had when we were kids? It was the worst. If any of you guys collected the original Turtle line, you know what I'm talking about with the original Shredder. He had like bent knees. You couldn't even stand him up. Like, there's absolutely no way to stand him up. I think maybe the toys that made us covered why they made him the way he is, but he was just a hideous figure. He's the worst figure. We never got another Shredder for like years after that. But yeah, if they give us action figures for this, are we going to get Krang in his little robot body, not the giant robot body, but the you know, the little two-legged thing with a gun or whatever on Glass Dome, or are we going to get the one from the cartoon? It just kind of you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they sell well enough to where they continue the line down the road, because these look amazing. These just look these are just perfection to me. Definitely not as bulky as the other Nickelodeon ones that we already have. And actually, let's compare those two right now. Yeah, so there they are. I have a few reasons why I like the new ones better. I really don't like those giant feet they put on Michelangelo on the left. They screw up articulation. They do not. It's kind of harder to pose them, make them walk, whatever. Another thing I like is the chest piece. The one on the right is much slimmer. This one on the left kind of has that fat bottom to it. Not a big fan of that. They definitely did the headband better on the classics, the retro version versus the Michelangelo on the left. And we get a lot more orange. You know, the one on the left just has that orange headband and nothing else, whereas the one on the right has the, you know, knee pad and the arm pads, shoulder pads, whatever, wristbands and stuff. So and then let's actually turn them sideways. Yeah, so this is one of the big things that always bothered me about the ones that we've had for a while. They're really thick in the middle, like pregnant thick, like fat middle-aged dad thick. Not a fan at all of that, how thick those guys were from the side view. Now I will give it up to the one on the left, because the only, you know, fair or decent criticism I have of this new 90s retro ones is they don't have the weapons holders on the back. None of them do. You know, Raphael would have been in front, and I don't know, I should look at my other Raphael. I don't think he has his psi holder in the front. It probably wouldn't fit anyways. Probably wouldn't look very good. And I can definitely live without not having the option of hanging their weapons on their shell and stuff. But you know, it's just a really nice thing that they put on the old, the newer car. The one on the left, that one right there, that they had that option of putting the nunchucks on the back. I think the only ones that really well, I guess Michelangelo you wouldn't notice if you had him hanging, but Raphael you they'd be up front, and Donatello and Leonardo, they would stick out. But yeah, otherwise, I definitely am into these. I really hope these sell well. I hope all of you go out and buy 5 packs of them just to make sure that they do well, and we get maybe a villains pack with the foot soldiers and Shredder. And I'll actually, like I said, I'll take Shredder in that shirtless mode. It's a Minimates, so the legs won't be as messed up as that original stupid toy. I'll take either one, but I don't want to mix and match these with that other Nickelodeon cartoon, the ones that I showed you before. I would rather have some toy accurate, and honestly, I would actually even rather have the toy accurate figures versus the TV cartoon figures, just because what we have in front of us aren't the TV cartoon. These are the TV cartoon version. These are the original action figure versions that were much different than the TV version. So whatever happens. It's very exciting to get these. I got a setup going on and back. Let's check that out. All right, so our first shot is a really fun, group shot. The 4 of them having pizza, hanging out. Leonardo's at the pool table, and the rest are taking a break for pizza, and just kind of, filling in the background with different things you'd see down there. I definitely need more stuff. You know what? Hold on a second. Okay, there you go. By the way, this is about 2 seconds after absolute devastation to this picture. I knocked over a lamp on top of it, so I had to redo all of it. But I wanted to fill in that spot in the back right corner behind the pool table, so I have an arcade. Actually very appropriate for Turtles. It's got pizza all over it. It is a Five Nights at Freddy's arcade game, but it's got pizza all over the front of it, on the side of it, actually, because of what it is. I'm actually going to do one more shot using this setup. I have this Pac-Man. Originally I had this Pac-Man arcade game in there, but it's too big for these guys. I think I used it for like a Jubilee shot at one point in time, but you got to put all the mates up on blocks just so it looks like they're tall enough. But that Five Nights at Freddy's one in back is just perfection, really, for this scale. And especially for Turtles. It just, it's got all the pizzas on the side and stuff. But yeah, just, the 4 of them hanging out, got the pool table, Leonardo at the pool table, and got the pizza on this other table. I think that might be a Luke's Toy Store thing. And then, that poster on the left, I've had those forever, that beer poster. Unfortunately, I would much rather have something kid-friendly back there, but I don't have anything like that. I should go out and buy another page full of decals and stickers. I bought that was, I think it's from like a racing, people who make like racing dials and stuff, and then I got a bunch of like old Milwaukee posters, all this other stuff, and that poster seemed like the most appropriate for these guys, even though it is about beer. But yeah, it still fits. Me and my friends, when I was 19 and they're all in college, we had that same poster on our the back wall of our place, so it's kind of fun throwing it up there. But otherwise, shot turned out cool. It's great to see all 4 of them together, assembled together, and let's move on to the next shot. All right, so this next one, basically, we're only getting Raphael, Michelangelo, and Leonardo in this one. Just kind of showing off their pizza arcade. Probably the proudest thing they would have in their home is the pizza arcade, would be my guess. So it's kind of it's fun. It came with a Five Nights at Freddy's set and just absolutely works for the Turtles. And just making a big with the background, having that pipe up there just makes all the difference. Like if I took that out there and took a picture, it'd just be a little bit more bland. I think the picture would still work pretty good, but having all those little random details in back just makes a picture just kind of look so much better. There's no dead space or anything. So, nice simple one. Let's just do one more. All right, so the final shot for this video is Raphael. I picked him because he is my favorite turtle. He always has been. You know, he's the angry one. You know, Leonardo's the leader, and Donatello's a smart one, and Michelangelo's a fun one. But you know, Raphael's the one that has a chip on his shoulder and is kind of angry all the time, which I find very relatable. But you know, I just kind of wanted to get him out there. And do a single character shot. I might do some single character shots of the other three. These guys will be revisited soon. I just have a busy Saturday. It's taken me long enough to get to this video and get these guys in front of a camera, especially for as excited as I am about them. But you know, I'm definitely coming back to the well with these guys. Hopefully someday, you know, we get you know, toy versions of Shredder and Bebop and Rocksteady and the Foot Soldiers. Like I said, at this point in time, I don't really care if they give us the cartoon version or the action figure version for villains and other side characters. All I care about is just give them to us. So I will be putting up a video probably tomorrow or something like that of the canceled waves and those images that you guys probably maybe haven't seen yet. They are floating around in the Facebook groups, and I've seen them on Instagram, but it's pretty much a tragedy. I always say the biggest tragedy in Minimates, besides the DC mates never going very far, was the Turtles getting canceled. You know, after we had all those other Turtles, all the like, I think that show came out in the early 2000s or something. You know, it's fine that those people got that, but they really should have went with the 90s. The 90s Turtles for, you know, to begin with, and just kind of built the Mini-Mate Turtles off those, which is what they're doing now. So hopefully, man, I hope we get a 4-pack villain set of these guys someday. Even if they gave us like another Turtles of the actual show, and then gave us all those villains versus giving us the action figure version, I'm happy either way. I really want all the main characters from the cartoon and toy line. So hopefully it happens someday. But otherwise, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you at the next video. Thanks for viewing. We'll see you. Just a little bit more to help fill this in. You know, we got the floor is